Well, hello my beautiful Librans, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of November, right through the end of December 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And of course, I'm in a different location at this moment in time. I've just gone to visit family for the next coming weeks, and I'll be back in my usual space after that. So let's tap into your energy and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know regarding their career and money situation? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to be aware of regarding money and their opportunities at this time? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Now, I do see a lot of you are super drained. You are feeling unsupported. You feel that you have a lot on your plate right now. You may even feel that you've been very challenged in your circumstances. You may feel a lot of pressure on your shoulders. And I feel that the next coming weeks, there is this energy, this vitality that is rising up within you. You're still reaching for your goals and dreams. And I actually feel that you are kind of looking at what you want to achieve next year is what I see. It's almost like you're looking ahead. A lot of you are also thinking about upskilling in some way in order to increase your knowledge and to basically do something that you've been thinking about or ruminating on for quite some time. Some of you could be launching new ideas or brainstorming new ways of working. But also I see, even without the rest of the cards, I see that people in positions of authority are noticing what you do. You're standing out in some way. So I definitely see that there is an opportunity to, I'm being given the words, raise your profile. So I'm not sure what industry that would connect to, probably every industry. So if you work for a company, it could be that you are someone who's being seen. Watch for opportunities. It could be also, if you're an entrepreneur, that you are promoting your work or allowing yourself to be seen, really taking charge, promoting your work in a way that highlights your skill set, what you're good at. I mean, you're very smart, very capable, very talented, and I definitely see here that a lot of you may be feeling super drained. You may feel that you have a lot on your plate right now, and you're also looking at people who drain your resources or your energy, because we got the Lover's card in the resistance position. So you may feel that there's someone in your working environment who every time you deal with this person, it could be a client or it could be an aspect of your role. You know, there could be some aspect of your role that you really don't like. And every time you have to go round to do it, you're like, oh, not this again. So I feel some of you may be looking at either delegating or outsourcing some aspect of your role that you feel wastes your time or doesn't utilize your skill set. For some of you, you may feel it's a person that you want to avoid over the next coming weeks and months because you want to be really super focused and take charge of your career sector and your destiny. I'm just going to go one more for you before I close your reading energy and tap into whatever it is that you're going through. I do see a lot of you under pressure, okay? You have 2 5s here, so this can indicate that you have a lot on your mind, a lot on your to-do list, and you may be dealing with someone who tries to either distract you, or sometimes someone who is jealous of your success or your skill set. Now, I also see an energy here of someone who may not fully understand whatever it is that you do or that you're trying to achieve at this time, and that's okay because it's not their path, it's yours. So if you do have someone in your life who is not supportive of your goals and your dreams, I feel like you're just detaching from their energy and kind of approaching them in a different way. And what I mean by that is, of course, if it's like a family member or member of your soul tribe, it can be that you're just approaching them in a different way. You don't want to completely cut them out, but at the same time, I feel like you're not allowing their comments to rain on your parade. That's what I've got coming through there as well. Now, the next coming weeks, I got to look at your cards in a broad fashion when it comes to your finances. I feel that you're looking at where you overspend or where there is I don't know how to put this. It's like right now you're shining a spotlight on where you may hemorrhage finances. Let's put it that way. So I feel like you're looking at what you spend on, getting a better deal so you're not missing out on the quality of an item. I feel you're just not, spending too much on an item. You're finding discounts, for example. I also feel here that some of you have been enduring, that's the word my guides are giving me, enduring a situation that has been challenging. So for example, some of you, if you've been out of work or you've been looking for the right opportunity to come along, I feel like you've been trying, you've been putting yourself out there, and it's just like, just when you feel like you're about to get the role, or just when you feel that you've hit the right opportunity, suddenly it disappears, or suddenly it isn't yours, or the money's off. It just feels like it's really hard to find a new role or opportunity at this moment. So if you are one of those beautiful Librans out there who are currently out of work, whether it was because you walked away from something that was difficult or toxic, or whether you were made redundant, I do see a new opportunity coming in here for you. And it's actually challenging in the right way. It utilizes your skill set. I feel like it's exciting. A lot of you may also start an entrepreneurship during this time while you're waiting. You may be thinking of, taking charge of your creative future and launching something to the point where eventually you'll have 2 streams of income and 2 things going on. And it feels like the one that you love the most will take over from that. And you may sort of like move away from the other role. That's what's coming out there. So if you are looking for a role, I definitely see one on the horizon. But the majority of you beautiful Librans right now, I feel in terms of your finances, I feel like you are basically utilizing your resources to go a long way. I feel for some of you, you're saving for a large purchase, and I feel like you are shopping around, whatever that is for, whether it's for real estate, a car. For some of you, it could be an item for someone as a gift, for example, or maybe you're treating yourself. But I feel that you're not going to purchase the first item that comes along. I feel like you're going to shop around, and I see that you're going to get a really great deal there. But I got to be honest with you, the majority of your energy right now, my beautiful Librans, whether you're in a role or not, it's planning. I feel a lot of you are strategizing what it is that you want to do for 2025. I feel like you've got a plan, okay? I do see that you're learning more about money and how to basically follow your heart and do something that is spontaneous. And a lot of you may feel, especially if you're in a role right now, you may feel it's the same old thing, just a different day. So you may be trying to find a way to be more spontaneous or inject a little bit more excitement in whatever it is that you do, okay? And if you work in a company for other people, I see some of you attending some sort of team building event, is what I see there. People coming together, and it feels like that there's one person, they like to win at all costs. They like to be the person who's best at everything. And this tends to mean that this person is very insecure, okay? They're projecting their energy. They see you as a threat when it comes to their career. So this could be a boss. Doesn't have to be someone you work with, but I'm getting strong alliance energy. So if you work for a company, I feel this person may show their true colors at the team building event, or there may be some sort of like work event, and this person, especially if they've had a little bit of alcohol, there is a potential this person says something out of turn. Now, there's a potential to bring that to HR if you need to, but I feel this kind of really sets you up to recognize that this person does not have your best interest at heart. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be a networking event that you attend, and it could be that this person, they see you as a rival. Okay, and I would say that this person, again, they are the sort of person who would drop a comment that's almost like a backhanded compliment that is positive, but it also is intended to wound you. Okay, so I feel this person, you just learn more about how to avoid them, and that you just keep doing you and being the best at what you do. Because I see you're going to be very productive and very goal oriented over the next coming weeks and months. But I feel the next coming weeks is like, what do you feel like you lack in your industry, or what do you feel like you lack when it comes to your working day environment, or even your finances? I feel like the next coming weeks, it's almost like you're taking an inventory of what it is that you feel like you have and what you feel like you have not. And then you're going to make some changes in order to go after what it is you feel you have not, okay? So let's get to your first card. This is your protagonist energy. This means you're fully in the flow of allowing yourself to be seen in your career. This is an indication here that you're trying to be positive about your current circumstances. Also, it indicates that you're actually attracting more money flow towards you. I see you being really good at whatever it is you turn your hand to, and you're reaching for something. But some of you, because you have the Hierophant as your outcome energy, some of you are either reaching for a new position, or you're reaching for new pay, for example, a new pay grade, and it can indicate that you are submerging yourself in learning new skills or learning new knowledge that can help you put those plans into motion. Because I see a lot of you, this is planning stages to do something that you love, and I feel that you have a hidden talent here, or something that you're really, really talented at. It's almost like you know that you have that talent, but you haven't really fully explored it yet. And I feel the next coming weeks is about you exploring it and really thriving with it as well. So it could be a creative endeavor. I see a lot of creativity around you, new ideas, brimming with potential, but also brainstorming new ways of doing whatever it is that you do. I also see you can be very productive with this card. And there is an energy here of you just literally shining a spotlight on your career and also on your finances. And with the Five of Cups there, you're feeling a little bit disappointed about both. Okay, Five of Cups can indicate that you feel that things are challenging right now, or they're not going as well as you'd hoped. You may feel that you have no support. I feel actually you're about to turn a page and things are not as bad as it seems. It could be a seasonal thing that you're enduring or going through right now. I do see that you're still trying to remain positive, even though I feel like you have a lot of work on your plate. You're exhausted. This is a card of almost like feeling that you've lost a taste for something in your career, lost an appetite for some aspect. So for example, if you love what you do, it can be that you have certain aspects of that role that really drain your energy, or you do not look forward to it. So let me just give you an example. You may love your job, right? But there may be an aspect where you have to deal with a certain person. And every time you go to deal with that person, you're like, oh gosh, I really wish I could delegate this or outsource it, or I didn't have to do this part of my role. And I feel that you are finding alternative ways to approach it. So whether it's a person, whether it is a way of working, I definitely see that you are transforming the way that you work. And the Five of Cups, it can also indicate that you will get through this, that there are opportunities that you are not able to see right now that are making their way towards you. That figure is looking at the Three Cups, everything that's going wrong. So you may feel that things have not been going the way you hoped for recently, that you've been under a lot of pressure, that everything that could go wrong has been going wrong at this moment in time. And this is a card of endurance. You're a strong person, and I feel like you are trying to be bold and daring and either set something else up, or you're trying to open yourself up to new avenues or new ways of working, or even You know, a dream job opportunity. It could be that you are, especially if you're currently out of work, it could be that you've been putting your resume out there, showing up for interviews, and it just feels like rejection after rejection after rejection. For some of you, if you are working for a company, you may feel like you've worked for them a long time, and they can see you. They can see that you're putting all that effort and that ambition into whatever it is that you're doing, and you want to go to the top. You have high expectations and aspirations, and you're talented and gifted enough to reach those levels, but you may feel that you are overlooked or unappreciated in some way, and you may feel that you're just enduring a situation that doesn't seem to be getting any better. But I do see that the universe is ushering in a couple of opportunities for you in the near future. And there's one in particular, a really like dream job opportunity. Now, this could be a role in the company that you work in. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, this could be that you are trying to diversify or branch out. There could even be a creative collaboration on the horizon for some of you, especially if you're creative. And what I mean by that, you know, for example, if you're an artist, it could be a gallery reaches out. They want to showcase your work. Remember, this is a period of you being seen in all your glory. For some of you, it could be that you're a writer and you get a publishing deal during this time. For some of you, it could be that you work in an office, in an industry where you feel that you're just treated like you're another number, and suddenly you're tapped for a promotion, or you're tapped figurehead, a department, something that's going to be exciting, a new project. And I also see a lot of you, especially if you work in an office, that there is going to be a new person who joins the firm, and they are there to shake things up a little bit. And I feel that give it time. At first, this person, people may be a bit unsure about this person, but they are there to take charge or transform a department in order to make it run more smoothly, okay? So it could be that someone who is a partner in the company that you work for steps down, someone fills their role, and this person may not be first choice for everybody, but I feel this person is actually the best person to navigate the company towards greater prosperity, and therefore it will filter down to everybody else. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, it could be that some of you feel the industry is just really quiet right now. It just feels there's a bit of anxiety or a bit of anticipation, and you may feel that things are not going to pick up. But I do feel that you are going to be offered opportunities where things are going to thrive for you. And I feel when you get that Five of Cups, it indicates, especially since you've got those two cups there, it means that an offer or something wonderful that you will encounter is about to be bestowed upon you, and you'll benefit from it. Because this is a card where it's like you feel like you are not benefiting, and you feel that you can't see opportunities coming your way that will help you increase prosperity or increase your fulfillment in the role. But then the universe ushers in these two cups, which is like suddenly there's a surprise. So keep your eyes peeled, because I do feel that even in the most challenging times, my guides are actually showing me a cactus in the water right now. Now, cactuses, of course, they tend to thrive in very austere environments. So it can be that you are challenged and you feel that you stand alone. You've had to be strong in your role. And sometimes, because you've been under a lot of pressure, you may have felt a little bit prickly, okay? Or you may have been dealing with people who have been extra pressurized and they've been prickly. And it just feels like the environment has been not as nice as it used to be, or something has changed about the way that you do business. Whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you are someone who works for a company, I feel industry is changing and you're trying to navigate these changes, and you may feel that it's lost something about it, that sparkle, or you may feel that you've lost your loving feelings for some aspect of your role, and you're trying to rekindle that ambition, that drive, or even that energy, because I feel like there's an energy here of you feeling overstretched, overworked, no support, or you feel unappreciated. And it's just been chipping away at your morale. Even if you love what you do, I just feel that there's a fluctuation sometimes of you feeling like, oh, this is a lot. And you're having to summon all this strength and energy in order to, keep on top of things right now. For some of you, this could be personal. What I mean by that, it means there's an energy here of you feeling either a hormonal fluctuation, or you feel that you've been a little bit under the weather recently, or you've been working through an unwellness and you just feel like you've had low energy, low motivation, and it just feels like a lot. But over the next coming weeks, I feel like you're at optimum vitality. And with the Strength card, it feels very ambitious. It feels very bold and daring. And this means that you have the inner resources to carry you through challenging times. So this could be a season, for example, in your industry where things start to pick up pace, get a bit chaotic. And I'm also seeing a lot of you dealing with people who are off unwell. So it could be that you're having to pick up the slack in the office, for example, if you work in an office. If you're an entrepreneur and you tend to work solo, it could be that certain aspects that you need for your industry, it may be that they're not on top of their game when it comes to delivering things, or there could be like a knock-on effect because people are off sick and things are not being delivered on time. It just feels like you're trying to, endure the situation and do what you can with the situation you've got. And for some of you, because the Lover's card is in the resistance position, it can indicate through no fault of your own that you're having to do like double the work or extra work because a resource or a support network or perhaps some sort of infrastructure that you rely on for your industry is disrupted in some way, because I do see like a hidden disruption here in the next 6 weeks. I hate to give that message. A lot of you, it's deliveries, okay? So if you are someone who is delivery oriented in your business, or there's important document or parcel or goods or service that you provide that you have to send through the mail, unfortunately I see some delays there, okay? So I would send it early if that's possible. But the Strength card indicates that, this time of year, whatever it is that you're doing, it feels like you're doing a lot. You're like maintaining and sustaining your position in the role that you do, but also it triggers thoughts of next year. It starts you thinking about the future. This is about you looking at your goals and what you want to achieve for 2025 as well. So I feel like don't pressurize yourself. It's very important to recognize that you're doing an awesome job. You're going to leave the next 6 weeks looking back at the year and realizing you did a great job. And I see with that 10 of Cups, this is prosperity. This is about, you and your family benefiting from whatever it is that you do. So for some of you, it could be if you're an entrepreneur, for example, it could be that you're thinking about getting to a certain level and maybe hiring someone in your family, perhaps because you have the Lover's card there. It could be you're partnering up or bringing them on board your entrepreneurial business, because that is an entrepreneurial card right there. And it could be that, your family member or your soul tribe member, and you love each other, you support each other, and you feel that both of you will work really well together. I would always say get a contract in place, make sure that everybody's on the same page. But I do see that whatever you're really good at, I see you and your family benefiting from it. For some of you, it could be a bonus, for example, at the end of the year that really benefits your nearest and dearest, whether it's through gifting or whether it's through maybe helping them out in some way. I just got an energy here of, you really thriving under challenging circumstances. But I also see a lot of you trying to pool your resources in order to save. Okay, and with that 10 of Cups and the 2 of Wands there, I do feel like you're in the planning stages of either increasing your wealth or putting your resume out there to find alternative opportunities for the new year for you to, raise your game or be very ambitious and also feel like you are utilized when it comes to your skill set. You want to flourish and thrive in your career. And some of you with that 5 of Cups, you may feel like you're overlooked or that you're not fully utilized, that, you may feel that you should be further along in your career, or you may feel that I don't see missed opportunities here for you. I want you to be aware of that. I do feel alternative opportunities are coming in, but with that 5 of Cups, things have been challenging, things have been hard. And on a personal level, some of you may also have been going through a period of grief. So if that's you, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. I feel a lot of you, it's important to measure your pace. If you've been grieving or you've been going through an unwellness, I feel it's important to not push yourself. And I feel you're trying to keep your mind off things by launching yourself into work. But that is working to a certain degree, but I would just say don't burn yourself out, because there's a lot of emotional cards here for you, and I feel that there's an energy of burnout completely, body, mind, and soul, if you push yourself too hard, okay? So just watch out for that there as well. Now, the Strength card can indicate that you're making some bold moves in your career. This is a very passionate time for you. This is a card that indicates that you are someone who is a real force to be reckoned with, and you're kind of like approaching 2025. I can't believe I'm talking about 2025, but here I am, talking about the end of November here into December, and then I feel this card is you sort of like having respect for yourself and your career, valuing what you have to offer. And I feel a lot of you are looking at the exchange and feeling like you put so much of yourself into your working environment, and you feel that all you're left with is exhaustion and, just feeling a little bit vulnerable. Some of you may also feel that your industry is a little bit vulnerable right now, that there's a lot of uncertainty because we have the Moon card and it's in the resistance position. So it can throw up fears of where we feel a little bit vulnerable financially. You could be looking at, how you spend. It could be that you're looking at your industry. There may, for a lot of you, be some merges on the table. So if you work for a company, it could be that you are going to hear that your company is merging, and you may feel that it's changing the environment, and you may feel that it doesn't align with your values, or it's just making you feel very uncertain. You may feel that perhaps there's going to be some redundancies. I see actually a lot of people kind of like moving. I see restructure going on. But with that 10 of Cups for you, I feel like you get the best of both worlds. I also feel with the 2 of Wands there that you are planning the next stage of what you want to go after next year. 2 of Wands is a card of like being consistent in your work. It's an energy of being focused. It's also an energy of you kind of like feeling a bit frustrated that you're not seeing the results, but the rewards are coming in, okay? With the Moon card in this position, it can indicate that right now you cannot see that result or that reward. And the Moon card actually indicates that the universe is orchestrating things behind the scenes. I feel there is a new role coming to light over the next coming weeks or months. Now, if you work for a company, I feel that this could be a role that you feel very fulfilled in. I feel it requires your specific knowledge. A lot of you, it requires more thought, and it may be a little bit more stressful. So just watch out for that. With the 10 of Cups being present, I do feel that some of you may be thinking about family business at this time, but ultimately that 10 of Cups is you feeling fulfilled in your role, both in terms of, what you do day to day, as well as the finances and the prosperity that go with it. So it could be that you're offered a role that has more money, okay? I would say with this Prince of Wands here, this is like the equivalent of the Knight of Wands, okay? So it can indicate that the role that's on offer for you, if you work in a company, it feels kind of like the same kind of role, if that makes sense. It's like there may be some sort of change in it. There's definitely more adventure to it, or more spontaneity, more aspects where things feel a little bit more exciting about it. But I feel the title doesn't change much, if that makes sense. The money may increase a little bit. And with the Hierophant there, I feel like you have more clout. So I feel for some of you, this is going to feel like a stepping stone, okay? And it could be something, if you're going to have an appraisal, it's something that you're going to be grateful for because it's an opportunity that's being offered to you. There is more reward with it, but it may not have been what you were hoping for. It feels like a stepping stone, but I feel as you move into 2025, doors are wide open for you. So it feels the end of 2024 is kind of like this stepping stone, but as you move out of the first quarter of 2025, it feels like either you get like a promotion or you move into the role that you really desire. as you move into 2025. That's what's coming out there, okay? Now, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, some of you may feel that it's never ending, is what I'm being given straight away. It feels like there's always something to do and you feel like you're missing out in some way, or it just feels like when you've completed one task, you're feeling there's another one to replace it, and it just feels like you're on a conveyor belt right now, and it's exhausting. This card, the Moon card, is all about your energy levels. They're fluctuating. And that's why I say some of you, it could be hormonal, or there is a strong potential because you're super busy right now, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you work for a company, or even if you're searching for new roles. I get an energy here, protect your immune system, because I feel there's a potential there for you to feel just so on the wrong side of exhausted that it chips away at energy levels, and you may have a vitamin deficiency or like a hormonal related issue there. This is a card of self-reflection. So I feel right now there is some sort of lull or pause around about the end of November that gives you an opportunity to really think about your next moves. And although you're not getting many pentacles in this reading, doesn't mean you're not focused on pentacles, of course. Finances are very important there. I see you like learning more about financial structures, how to increase your acquisitions or your interest rates or your finances and savings in general. And this is a card of duality. So it can indicate that some of you, because normally on the Moon card, there is a dog and a wolf. It could be that you are doing something that is tried and tested and true. It's something that's consistent. So it could be like a day job, for example, or a 9 to 5 for some of you, or it doesn't have to be those exact hours, just apply it to your situation. But the wolf on the card tends to represent independent energy or pathfinder. So it could be that some of you are taking up a seasonal role over the next coming weeks and months as an addition to whatever it is that you do. For some of you, you're thinking about going into freelance work, or you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur in order to do something that you love. And some of you are going to partner up with another person, or you're going to have a lot of people wanting to collaborate with you, because I see a lot of brand deals or some sort of deal being offered to you, because I'm seeing a handshake right now in the water. I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. And I mean, the cactus represented like you being very diligent, you really pooling your resources, saving your resources. You may feel that things have been challenging right now, but you are someone who will remain standing and true to your position. And I feel with the handshake, there's an energy of a deal coming in for you, or something that you will celebrate and maybe even sign on the dotted line. I also see some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, I see there's an energy of someone that you really admire in your industry. You may look at the structure of how they do something and apply it to your own situation, but put your own unique spin on it. Again, it will be very lucrative, but I feel like you won't see real results until you go into 2025, especially if you're branching out and trying something new. I feel like it will be a hit. Don't get me wrong. I feel like when you launch it, there's a lot of traction, a lot of attention on whatever it is you're doing, but you're going to see the real boost as you move into 2025. So the best is yet to come there. Now we do have the Lover's card. Now for some of you, because the Lover's card is in the resistance position, some of you may feel like you've hit a plateau in your career or whatever it is that you do. You may feel like it's the same old thing, just a different day, and you crave a new aspect or a new way of working that feels energized. So you may be implementing new structures, new computer software, new computer hardware for some of you, so that you can basically revamp the way that you work, so that it just feels like you're utilizing your time more efficiently. Also, the Lover's card in the resistance position, it can indicate that you're thinking about leaving a place that you once loved, because you feel that you've hit that plateau and you want to move up to the next stage of your career, and you may feel there's no room for maneuver where you're at right now, so you're looking for alternative opportunities. With that Five of Swords, this is a brainstorming card as well, but I do see there that I Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm going to park that energy there. My guides gave me something there for a moment as well. I feel ultimately the Lover's card in the resistance position, even if you're an entrepreneur, is about doing something that you love or something that you feel that you've been loving for quite some time, but you've got to a certain stage where you can only go as far as you can with it. And now you're looking for new ways of either approaching it, or you are looking for a way to diversify or launch something new that keeps things interesting for you. Because this card is a card of keeping things fresh, keeping things interesting, and wanting to sustain and maintain a position. But also the Lover's card in this position, it can indicate that, I'll give you what my guides were giving me a moment ago, which is, I'm just getting this energy of you learning something on the side to launch it on the side. So it could be that you're learning a new skill and you're about to launch a new endeavor that you're planning to kind of launch either at the end of this year or next year, because I feel like you're in the planning stages of something and you're gathering all the information. And when you're doing one thing and gathering all the information for something else, or upskilling or studying, it can feel like you're at capacity. It's a lot and it feels very challenging. But I do see that it's going to transform your life, okay? And another thing that my guide is giving me is that, especially with the Lover's card in the resistance position, it can indicate that someone basically has a problem with your authority, or is not respecting your boundaries in the working environment. And I feel like you stand up diplomatically to this person, and I feel like you've been enduring this for some time. And I feel by addressing it head on rather than ignoring it is the only way to make it stop, okay? Sometimes in order to overcome a challenge, the only way is through and facing it. So I feel like that's something that you're doing. I feel like you're going to be very direct, and we all have to, at some point in our lives, be the bad person in another person's story, but you've got to give it to someone straight. So for example, if someone is not pulling their weight and they are wasting time and you're having to pick up the slack, you may call this person out in the next coming weeks. Diplomatically, of course, but I feel like the message is understood and it kind of lights a fire up the person's you-know-what to get back into the hot seat of doing some work. Now, if you are a boss or you're already at a level where you're a manager, for example, or you work in HR, you may have to deal with some difficult employee or some aspect that is difficult in the working environment. For some of you, not all of you, I feel this is more if you're in a position of authority already. You may have to give someone a message that they are either being made redundant or terminated from their role. And during this period, this time of year, that's not, I mean, no time of year is a comfortable time of year to give that message to anybody, but you may have to do. It almost feels like someone else should be doing it, but it's passed to you and you're feeling really frustrated that you have to be the bad person in another person's story because it has been delegated upon you. Okay, if that makes sense. So if you work for a company and you work with a person who normally takes a meeting to, basically manage stressful or challenging situations, you may find that the person who normally does this takes a step back and says, you do it. And you're like, well, it's not really my remit. And they may be like, well, you know what, I'm leaving it up to you. And they may actually also find an alternative way out by just not appearing for work, maybe even calling in sick so that you have to fill their shoes. Now, it doesn't have to be about redundancy. I mean, when I'm looking at your energy, my beautiful Librans, unless you are already made redundant before you came to this reading, I don't see any really challenging cards for you over the next coming weeks or months. But I feel more than anything, if you've got like an important presentation to give, or you're doing anything with a coworker, I would say there is the potential that this person may be absent at a very critical time. Whether you work in HR, whether you're a manager, whether you are a co-worker, even if you're an entrepreneur, okay, and you rely on a service, it could be that this person either goes missing in action, you can't get hold of them via email or text or a phone call, or it could be, for some of you, it could be that they're off sick. Okay, for some of you, it could be that they're taking a sneaky holiday or vacation, but that's coming through. I just see a frustrating element to a career sector over the next coming weeks and months. Now, for some of you, not all of you, you may be very drained because you are the person who is earning the money in your family unit right now, and it just feels like there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and although you love the people that you are providing for and care for, it just feels like you're exhausted. There's a better address of the energy in 2025. Things are going to get easier for you, and things are going to get a little bit more balanced for you there as well, okay? But also the Lovers card can indicate in this position, because it will go into the upright, it's like where you feel there's no opportunities for either bonus or a new role or promotion, suddenly opportunities appear. You're following your heart, and whatever it is you yearn for, whatever industry you're in, I feel there's a readdress of the balance there, and suddenly things get pretty exciting for you. Okay, now this card can indicate that there's a new project, or you feel more ambitious after a long period of feeling completely exhausted. There's a lot of vitality there. This is an entrepreneurial card, so a lot of you may be working off-grid or under the radar, off radar as it were, in order to launch a project or set up your own business. You may be working on a project or an endeavor that you don't really want to share with others at this time, and you'll reveal it when you feel the moment is right. Either way, I feel things are about to get exciting for you. This is a card of taking a leap of faith. I feel like you're growing through your career and maturing, but I feel some of you may have to leave a position in order to get that better opportunity. And if you're an entrepreneur, it can indicate that for some of you, not all of you, I see if you have your own business, some of you may be thinking about merging with a brand or having some sort of brand deal, or a deal where you connect to like an influencer. I feel a lot of you are influencers, but I get an energy of you being inspired by somebody or getting advice from somebody who can help you kind of like break through this period of struggle or make things easier for you. But this is a very passionate time where I see you having new ideas, brainstorming new ways of working, and basically feeling like you're ticking a lot of your to-do list. If you've had to put things on the back burner for work like projects or things that have not been critical, that you've not been prioritizing, the next coming weeks I feel you're tying up loose ends and you get round to all the things that you haven't been able to do. So you leave the month feeling super energized and really proud of yourself that you got a lot done, okay? Now your outcome energy, we have the inner teacher, and interesting, I'm being given an energy straight away about doing favors for people. It's like, of course, be your wonderful self. If someone asks you to pick up extra slack or do extra projects or extra work, some of you may be asked to stay late or work late. If you work in an office, for example, or in a company, I feel you have to acknowledge and respect your time as well. And I feel this is about you asking, where is the reciprocity in the resources? So if you do extra time, it could be that you get extra pay, for example, or if you've been putting a lot of extra hours in your industry, it's like bonus reward time. But I'm going to pull a card with this Hierophant there because I feel a lot of you are leaving the year thinking about upskilling or learning new knowledge that helps you implement this new idea or launch something that you've been excited to move forward with. A lot of you it's second streams of income, okay, because there's so many cards of duality here for you. But I would also say that the majority of my beautiful Librans, you're going to find that your title changes or something about your role changes, which is going to benefit you, but I also feel mentally it's going to be extra taxing. Like you're going to have a lot more stress on your plate. And I feel there's an energy here of some of you have been promised an opportunity, like it's been dangled like a carrot, let's put it that way, and it will show up for you. but I feel a lot of you are done waiting, okay? There's an energy of the time is now. Yeah, 8 of Wands. A lot of movement in your career, a lot of progress, but with that 8 of Wands there, I feel this is a lot of you giving that final push as you close out the year in order to increase your profits or your productivity to get a lot of things done. But the 8 of Wands actually means you're on the right track and that there is good news for you, something that you're really going to enjoy. I also see some of you may be thinking about either being seconded to a different branch or being more nomadic about your career or your industry. Some of you are like, okay, how can I migrate my skill set but also travel or, be freelance or be on the go? And with that 8 of Wands, I feel good news is rushing in towards you because whatever it is you're trying to understand, or a lot of you are getting like certifications or qualifications or putting yourself on courses to upskill to get that qualification that sets you up for next year, because it feels very much like you're setting yourself up for a break, for some travel, to have a rest, but also, I feel some of you are really excited about what is to come for next year, even though we're still in November, okay? It's very forward thinking. Now, we do have the 3 of Cups, which means there's something to celebrate, and that 8 of Wands literally means good news rushing in. Things will pick up pace. I actually see you being busier in December than in November, I have to say that, especially at the end of the year. But I also see team building exercises, especially if you're an entrepreneur. This could be a networking event for you. This is also about you sharing your resources with the people that you really care about. 3 Cups is a strong indication that things are getting better for you and better luck is on its way. And whatever news this is, people that you really care about will also celebrate you. But I feel for some of you, this is about you being appreciated in your role and seeing that actually you're making an impact in your industry and your knowledge is the key to your success. Now we do have the 10 of Cups, so some of you could also be thinking about going into real estate, or you're hoping that the real estate market picks up. I do see that there will be some changes in that that will be very lucrative depending on which side you are wanting to be on. If you're trying to purchase, I feel that things could be a little bit more expensive is what I see. Briefly, there's like an increase there. So if you're trying to sell though, I definitely see that there is a better market for you as we move into 2025. Okay, this will fluctuate, everything fluctuates, but that's the energy that I've got coming through there. Also, the 10 of Cups is basically you focusing more on feeling content in your career and knowing your worth to get the best money and opportunity available to you. And I feel this is also about you recognizing that if you've been under a lot of pressure or stress recently, you're trying to manage your stress levels because, without you, there is no job, there is no money. So I feel like you're paying more attention to your health and finding healthier working boundaries. So having a good cutoff point, for example, if you're an entrepreneur, especially, entrepreneurs, they tend to work 24/7. They are always thinking about their business, trying to diversify, branch out, maintain and sustain, and it's a lot of pressure. And you may also have a lot of people relying on you to show up every day. Also, if you work in a company, it could be the same thing, that you have certain deadlines and targets to hit, and it's a lot of pressure. But you do leave the year feeling that the most important thing is your family and your friends and the people that you have as your soul tribe, and that, you can feel the shift of better things to come. I do see something being offered to you. I mentioned it already. If you are working in a company, it feels like it's like a new role or some sort of project or opportunity that's like a sidestep or a stepping stone to something. And when I say sidestep, it means like it's setting you up for the role, just like a stepping stone, because I feel with the 2 of Wands being your last card, it's like the best is yet to come. And if you're an entrepreneur, this is about you diversifying or planning to branch out in your career sector, in your industry. And I see a lot of people want to work with you, or they see you as a true rival or competition, and that's a compliment in itself. So with that 5 of Swords, this is about pressure of the mind. I feel like you have a lot on your to-do list. You've got a lot of things there that you need doing, both in terms of your career, but also I'm like getting shopping lists as well. So it feels like you've got so much going on. You're trying to be super organized. And I would say slow down, because I feel there is a potential to miss something in the month of December in particular. But that Five of Swords, fives tend to be very challenging energy, so I'm going to pull a card on it. But this card can indicate there's worry, or it can indicate that some of you may be chasing like invoices, or chasing payment for something, or chasing a document for something, or even chasing deliveries or parcels. I feel like you have to be consistent in that, because the Five of Swords tells me that someone could be giving you the brush off, for example, that they're not pulling their weight, or they haven't done what they said they were going to do, and you're having to chase it. So I would say keep on it. You'll get it eventually, but it may be delayed and maybe a little bit frustrating. Let me just pull a card on that Five of Swords for you. Eight of Wands. A lot of you are putting the pressure on yourself to get everything done before you take a vacation, or you take a break for a holiday or the holidays. Also, we've got that Four of Cups, which can indicate that you're always rushing around with that Eight of Wands, and you just feel that there's a missing ingredient in your career sector, or you feel unfulfilled or fed up that the way the industry is run. You may feel that there's no resources, no support. You may feel there's a lot of problems in the industry that you really want to face head on and deal with them, because you realize you can't ignore these things. And I feel that the universe is actually going to surprise you. There is a surprise opportunity coming in. As you can see, that cloud is turbulent, which means just before change, things start to get really chaotic. And then suddenly your lucky break comes in, and the thing that you've been waiting for kind of shows up for you. Also, with that Two of Wands energy, this indicates that you are feeling a little bit frustrated, but you will be seeing the rewards. They are incoming for you. And I also feel with the Two of Wands, it's like there's an important conversation that you'll have over the next coming weeks. This could be with a boss, could also be, if you are the boss, it's with someone who's in a position of authority, who is noticing your work, and they want you to be happy. They want to extend opportunity towards you, but it feels like it comes with a catch, okay? It feels like there's some sort of element to the job or aspect that you think, oh, nobody likes doing that, and they expect you to do it. So I feel for some of you, it could be that you get trained to do something extra, and you feel that you already know this aspect, but you may be sent for training to do it, to get a qualification, or maybe rules, regulations, and policies are changing in your industry, and you have to fill in extra documentation, which could be a little bit frustrating and cause a little bit of a brain ache there, but I do see that you get it done on time. Temperance card, Strength card. Okay, so Strength card is showing up for you again, which means you're doing something bold and daring. Also, it's number 8, which is the number of the self. So I feel this is about you being tenacious. It's about you being ambitious. And we got the Temperance card there as well, which is you kind of like pooling your resources, but also like migrating skills, or being in a very explorative phase, being patient, focusing on your true life's mission and purpose, and being aligned with something. I feel here, again, I mean, I want you to be aware of this Temperance card. I've never really looked at it like this, but there's like a stepping stone right there, okay? So I feel there's this stepping stone, something being offered to you, this Page of Cups. It feels like a fresh new aspect or a fresh new start in something that you're gonna love. When you get a Page of Cups, especially when it's to do with career or money, it's a surprise. You know, it's like the dream of something you wish for becomes a reality. In spirituality, fishes are wishes, okay? So it's like something that you wish for is abundant, that is coming towards you, and it's going to take you by surprise. But all you have to do is follow your heart, show up for yourself, and you're going to see movement and improvement. And I definitely see that there is a potential for a small increase in your finances. This could be in alignment with inflation perhaps, or an increase in a resource. For some of you, I feel there's like a delayed bonus or a delayed opportunity, but it will come to you. But a lot of you are actually finding new ways of amplifying your finances or multiplying your wealth. I just got to go and get that card because it flew right over there. My guide asked me to just get one more. So just one moment, please. I'm just going to go and get that other card. Sorry about that, my beautiful Librans. The card that fell on the floor there was commitment. So I feel this is about your commitments, of course, to your role. You're very dedicated, and that dedication is going to pay off for you. But you may be looking at who is a creative alliance at this time. You may be looking at your commitment to your role. So if you're thinking about moving into a new role, for example, you may have to give a certain notice period, and you're committed to doing that. It says here, accept a position that helps you build lasting security, long-term stability, and that's what you're looking at right now. And I feel like you are also increasing your wealth there. We've got creative work. Okay, so this is about use your imagination to find ways to make more money, express your genius, which is wonderful because this is a very passionate card. There's something here that you may have put on the back burner, a talent or a skill, something that you're passionate about. I feel like you're going to explore that more over the next coming weeks. It could be a creative endeavor there as well. I mean, because there is a typewriter there, it could also be a writing opportunity, or some of you may be actually creating a course of learning and being the mentor or the teacher on whatever it is that you do, because you're highly established at whatever it is that you do, and that's why you're feeling so frustrated. Like, where else can you pull your resources or put your attention so that you can thrive and grow in your career? So you may be actually creating courses online for other people, or maybe becoming a consultant. Some of you may even write a book or some sort of blog about whatever it is that you do, and it will open new chapters and doors for you as well. I also see a lot of paperwork and administrative tasks for you this month. And also we've got magnify wealth. Now there is a mirror there which highlights that you are in a period of reflection of how far you've come, where you are right now, and where you want to take your career to next. And I definitely see that it says here, build your fortune by having multiple streams of income, expand your reach. And that came up there because of those cards of duality. You're thinking about alternative streams of income, passive income, and opportunities to have more money coming in towards you. So you may be looking at fresh new ways of doing something, and it could be even something you've never ever done before, and it may even be something you're nervous to do. Like if, for example, you see a business that you'd like to create online and you don't know how to structure it, it could feel really daunting at first, but suddenly you launch yourself into a period of knowingness, learning new things, learning how someone else did it, but you're putting your own unique spin on it, or maybe taking a class of learning on it. I mean, YouTube is full of videos on how to do something for free. So you could be also like learning through that as well. Whatever it is you are learning at this time, you are going to be able to implement that into your everyday working environment. And this is going to increase your wealth. Some of you, it will increase your wealth the traditional way, but I also see like a steady pace. And as you move into 2025, for your energy, my beautiful Librans, it seems to be like a sudden burst of energy and extra money as well, okay? So it says expanding your reach. And I feel that is something that is, no matter what industry you're in or whether you're an entrepreneur, you are expanding your reach. The Two of Wands is like, what else? You know, the world is in that person's hand. So it's like some of you want to be more nomadic in your career, or you want to reach, an international audience or clientele or customer base for whatever it is that you do. Some of you may even be thinking of being seconded to a branch overseas, and you're committing yourself to the company, but you want a different view. So you may work for a company in the US, for example, and decide that you actually want to work overseas somewhere else. So please apply it to your situation. And this is about you getting the best of the opportunities available to you. I'm loving this. You've got the angel wings, which means you are protected during these challenging times and you are redirected towards something greater. Also, pay close attention to angel wings. These may be a sign that you'll see over the next coming weeks and months regarding new opportunities coming in towards you. And I don't just mean at the beginning of my video. I have like angel wings on my intro. I'm talking about your everyday. So seeing angel wings on someone who's got a tattoo, or on a billboard, or in a movie. Pay close attention to the signs. And finally, you've got the Wheel of Fate. Now this indicates that fortune favors the brave, but also it indicates that you're in a period of navigating through difficult times and you're about to move towards greater fortune. Whenever you get this trinket, it means that you are the master or the mistress of your destiny, and you're taking charge, and you're looking at where you see yourself in the future, and you're putting one first step out there, and then all else shall follow. And I feel a lot of great things lie ahead for you. There's a lot of flourishing energy. I feel like you've got a blueprint of whatever it is that you want to accomplish. The rewards are coming in. Keep doing you, and I definitely see that you are going to thrive and create more prosperity, and you will see that you're making an impact in your industry with your creative talent and your ambition. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Librans. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell, lets you know when I update my next message, lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.